time and you got time. And I've been waiting to see what you do. Where we're going, I don't even care. Just to join the moonlight love affair. That's it, baby. So always best tonight, and we got something that I thought I'd never see. And they could keep looking for a love like you and me. Sing on it, can't put a ring on it. I call her my codeine, cause she lean on me. Yeah, she fiend for it. Yeah, she fiend for it. Yeah, I be out in the bay, I'm tryna make me a play. You be fucking with lanes, but we do not entertain. Yeah, you gon' learn today. We put the money in safes, gotta make sure that it's safe. Put the diamonds in the face, rolling bezel looking crazy. Now she wanna have my baby, cause she know I'm hot shit, spitting that dope crack in the 80s. Body is looking amazing, just like the shit that I'm blazing. But she ain't got shit, get the fuck out, back to the pavement. Yeah, I'm not trying to be your man, it's a different type of night. Yeah, let me put it in your life, it's gon' make it all alright if you come over tonight. Yeah, she said she tired of waiting. We only fuck on random occasions. Yeah, she half black but she Asian persuasion. I stay on my grind, no time for relations. Yeah, cool go so fast, man, it feel like. Yeah, I came a long way from recording in basements. Yeah, now she won't fuck cause my wrist like a glacier. Yeah, stacking my bread, got a whole lot of paper. Yeah, I'm not trying to be your man, it's a different type of vibe. I just want you for the night. Yeah, let me put it in your life, it's gon' make it all alright if you come over tonight. I'm not trying to be your man. Yeah, let me put it in your life, it's gon' make it all alright if you come over tonight. Can you deliver or do I need to pull up to your home? Make sure it's special cause I ain't gon' lie to tell you it's been long. Ain't gotta worry cause I always keep my plug on the low. Just let me get a couple that you won't be unfaithful cause I know you got that one of a kind. And you show love and let me get that 3 for 25. So what's the plan because I know that you don't wanna be seen. Let's make it easy, let me squeeze it. I just want my green. Already know what I'm doing on my downtime. Inspire magic so I'm floating away. Cloud now, a little nimbus. Fly me through the sunshine. And flower keep me grounded, flourish in a new state of mind. Already know what I'm doing on my downtime. Inspire magic so I'm floating away to cloud nine. A little nimbus. Fly me through.
My brain is buzzing. Train running around on mental tracks like the ones you like to leave on my back, marking where you've been. Claiming territory, you draft maps, creating landmarks where each stroke lands, smack lands, choke lands. We hold hands. Drops creating an ocean of orgasms rushing to shore. You are the master of my elements. You fuck the earth from under my feet constantly. Legs shake, shifting tectonic plates, stroking oceans to swell in my core. Wind surges waves from belly to heart, so my chest rises. As my chest rises, tide rises, you take fire. Intensify it with breath, hands, lips, fingertips spread wildfire from collarbone to cheek. We meet. And as you lick out the flame, you call me your Gaia. Welcome to the Dom Experience podcast.
I know with the thunder in the bag.
Brought to you by R.A.R.E Media.
I am Cinnamon Vixen.
And I am Dominus.
And it's a little bit of a party over here.
And we're in a new studio.
Space.
That's technical difficulties.
It's the party.
Every party needs good music.
We're having a party right now.
It's the party.
We got the vibes. We just got back from Jamaica.
Music says it's a party no matter what.
Yes.
Right. Right. Spirit said
Look.
Right.
Wait, what the song saying?
Spirit said we're gonna move.
Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. We coming.
Folks, if they can hear us who have been with the podcast for the past since January, already know we go with the flow over here.
Right. Well, that's how you know it's live.
Yeah, right.
We're gonna run it back.
The poem?
But, yeah, run the whole thing back.
The poem?
If you
You want to hear the poem again?
I love that poem. I would love to hear it again.
You want to hear the poem?
Yes. Yeah. Hell
We're gonna run the
yeah.
poem again. Works for me.
You got me when you said you call me your Gaia.
Right.
It was like you lick it, then you call me a Gaia.
I wrote this poem in 2017 and like just found it. I want to talk to you about radio
What?
stuff too.
About radio stuff?
Yeah.
You don't know where the music coming from?
Would you like me to come over there and look at it?
I mean, we do have somebody in the room who's an expert on the thing.
Is it connected to something else? Is it something else?
Can you hear it on the mic?
Yeah, you could hear on the mic. You could hear us.
Squeak, squeak. Toot, toot.
Check. Check. We good? All right.
We about to run it back?
Thank you, sir.
Can we still be heard? All right.
Great.
Yeah, we just gonna run that. We gonna run that back if y'all was watching all that.
All the way back. Because I was told the poem needs a repeat.
Rewind.
Let's hope it doesn't set off the party again. Because we got some good stuff to talk about. Okay, y'all ready?
Let's go.
Are we ready? Let's go.
My brain is buzzing. Train running around on mental tracks like the ones you like to leave on my back, marking where you've been. Claiming territory, you draft maps. Creating landmarks where each stroke lands, smack lands, choke lands. We hold hands. Drops creating an ocean of orgasms running to shore. You are the master of my elements. You fuck the earth from under my feet constantly. Legs shake, shifting tectonic plates, stroking oceans to swell in my core. Wind surges waves from belly to heart, so my chest rises. As my chest rises, tide rises, you take fire. Intensify it with breaths, hands, lips. Fingertips spread wildfire from collarbone to cheek. We meet. We prepare with folks from the Brown Sugar Kink Festival.
Here.
Yes, who
I'll let them in.
we will let introduce themselves. Tell us your name.
Sure. I'm Io Moon.
If you've been watching the podcast, you know Io Moon. She's been with us before.
It's a
Everybody
pleasure to
knows
be
Io
back.
Moon.
It's a pleasure.
We
to be
love
back.
Io Moon.
Oh, I love y'all too. I love y'all too.
I'm Doro.
Hey, Doro.
Who's that? I'm doing?
Hey.
I like that name.
Right. I'm so mad that I found this poem when I found it
Why?
because it should have been in a book. Like I was telling Dominus that I'm gonna have to do a second edition of Daughter of a Nymph
What
Divine.
they do with the albums? The deluxe edition.
The deluxe edition and slide that one in because I wrote this one in 2017, closer to the beginning of our dynamic
Yeah.
in like September, according to my iPhone notes.
February to. Hey,
You was doing some good shit,
I love that.
but it's even more relevant now because with the fire and the fire play,
Right. True.
you
true,
definitely licked flames. On
I was
my-
gonna
on
ask
my
if it's
cheeks
still relevant.
earlier.
I love that.
It's even more relevant now. There was
Yeah.
there was fire on my cheeks this week.
And you said
was.
earlier that we would have a lot of questions for you. So,
Let's talk
so
about
when you
that
said
fire.
2017, I had no idea that you all had a dynamic that long. How long have you all had a dynamic?
19, 20, 21.
5 years.
Yeah, since 2017.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
Our
That is
dynamic,
beautiful.
We could say it started on February 23rd.
Yep.
Yep. Our first date was our first scene. So
I love that.
yeah.
And our uncle was in the backyard.
Wow.
Shit was blowing my mind.
I
He
think
thought he
that
was
could be a
about-
podcast in itself.
We
Great,
did.
it was.
On our anniversary, we actually talked about this. Yeah, he thought he was about to get in.
I thought I was getting set up.
He thought he was getting set up because my uncle was cutting the grass, and I didn't know he was coming to cut the grass that day.
This man in the bag cutting the grass. I got her tied up. What the fuck?
That is definitely
Sorry,
what
Unc.
happened. Right.
He had no idea.
But anyway, we're here at the podcast where we like to talk about BDSM, kink, sexuality, spirituality, and all of the places in between. And today we're going to spend some time chatting about the Brown Sugar Kink Festival. Right?
Yeah.
Before we do that, though, like Io, Doro, look, they rhyme. Tell us a little bit more about yourselves. Like, well, before we go there, we have to check in.
Check in.
There's been a little bit of vodka. But we have a protocol here over at the podcast. So, and we can popcorn around, but how are you feeling? How is your mind? How is your heart? How is your body? How is your spirit? You could run through all through, or we could just talk about one at a time.
1, 2, 3, not it.
I wish I had remembered that.
That's you.
So for me, I'm right now just coming off of a lot of work, coming off of a lot of travel. So I'm right now settling myself and getting situated and just kind of calming everything. So I'm feeling a little bit better than I have been lately because I'm finally able to ground myself. I don't know, what was the other question?
The heart.
Mind.
So that was the heart. So the mind, I'm good. I have clarity. Everything is great. And
Body.
Body, physically, I'm awesome. I eat once a day. I do what I think a lot of people would call intermittent fasting, but I don't call it that. I just, I work out. I'm healthy. I'm almost 50.
All right.
All right, turn up.
So, right. So, I'm doing, physically, I'm doing very well.
When is that meal for you?
When
Is it
what?
at a regular time?
I try to make it between 3 and 6, but sometimes it's a little bit later.
Nice.
I haven't eaten anything today.
And this vodka.
Well, that's not food, it's vodka.
I mean, the lightning agrees with you. It's a little bit of a
confirmation.
wet Wednesday over here at the podcast. How's your spirit?
My spirit as well. I've definitely been getting back into my spirituality. I enjoy being back home in my space and able to talk to my ancestors, able to talk to the spirits, the deities around me who protect and who enhance my life. And a lot of times when you travel, that's not easy. So when I get home and I'm able to do that, I appreciate it.
See, we're going to have to bring you back on the podcast because now I have a whole plethora of other questions.
Ashe.
Will, you're just going to come back. Thank you for sharing and checking in with us. If you're watching on YouTube or on our behind the scenes, make sure you're checking in with yourself. How's your heart? How's your body? How's your mind? How's your spirit? I'll go next.
Go ahead.
My body is feeling really good and also a little bit tired. I spent my time in Jamaica resting and dancing. Like there was no in between. I was either dancing or sleeping. So my body's like, did we rest? But my spirit feels so buoyant, for lack of a better word. That's the word that came to me. Like I'm floating. I'm happy. Heart feels good. And my mind is the thing that's struggling. Like my schedule is off. Have a little bit of a sabbatical this summer. And so like planning ahead is where my brain is on. And so I'm trying to let the rest of me remind myself to be present.
Real.
Checked in.
I'll go. My head is in planning mode because it's Essence in the city, and if you're an artist, most likely you got shit going on. So my head is in planning, but it's a good space. It's not like overwhelming. As far as my spirit, I just came back from the mountains, Catskills Mountains in upstate New York, where I camped and hiked and all the things that I love with Black women. And so like spiritually, like I'm good. I'm like still vibrating off of that. And body is good too, because like hiking is no fucking joke. And I think like the majority is just like, I just want to feel good in my body. And like like I took a break for the summer too. I said that I didn't want a busy summer. I kind of wanted to like ease into my summer. So it's been good. It's been good. Checked in.
I'm gonna start with my body. My body feels amazing. I do have like a little bit of a pain in the back of my leg, but that's because I broke my little favorite chair and I don't want to let it go. I'm like, what's that boy name? What's his name? Russell Wilson. It just shows I got commitment.
No. I'm swapping out the chairs tonight.
So, I don't want to let the chair go. It's like this sink and so now I got this little dent in the back of my leg because of it. But other than that, my body feels amazing. But my leg is telling me, hey,
Trying to get rid of that chair you love so much.
The funny part about this, y'all, is there's the exact same chair across from this chair.
Yes, but then
But then if he takes that chair,
yeah, that chair belongs to somebody already.
then
So
somebody
I
else
can't
can
do
sit in
that.
that chair. So I gotta go make a trip and just go get another chair.
Exactly.
Because both the dent in his leg and another dent are not a fan of this chair.
Exactly. So yeah, my heart. Oh man, my heart is so in an amazing place. I've been like just in love with everything, especially coming back from Jamaica. Jamaica's like my heart control alt delete for everything in life.
I know that.
And that's why I go every year. So it's just yes, I love that place. I love Jamaica. So yeah.
Can you see yourself moving to Jamaica?
Absolutely. I'm already looking for houses.
sorry.
It's already,
Didn't check the
it's
real
already
estate
in the plans.
It's already
Absolutely.
in play. I feel that.
Absolutely.
But we'll have
Sooner or
somewhere to
later.
come.
Exactly. I'm a dual citizenship because I can't live there forever because I love New Orleans that much, and I get homesick for real. But so yeah, my heart's there, in love, full of love, ready to share it with the world. My mind is on this weekend. One, the festival, and also I'm performing in Essence Festival, so I have to
Congratulations.
Yeah.
mentally prepare for all of that. So my mind is kind of like over there, and then I got this other thing that I can't even talk about yet.
He can't.
But just know when I'm able to announce that, I'll be
13 days.
13 days.
13
I'll be excited to talk about that too. So my head is like all over there, but I'm also excited to be right here, right now, because I have all of these amazing people. So it's like I'm just excited. My head is like a little kid. Yes, I'm like a little kid right now. And then my spirit is there. It's still like that 5-year-old kid just with that smirk on his face in kindergarten. Just
If you
just-
follow
just
Dominus,
proud.
you've seen the picture.
And like I was real confident as a 5-year-old. That's like my most confident age. You can ask my mom. I got on the school bus when I wasn't supposed to. When I lived around the corner from my house, but I got on the school bus because I wanted to know where the school bus go.
Oh, you was that child.
He was that child.
I needed to know. I got my first kiss in kindergarten too.
He is still that child.
Shout out to age 5. It's one of my favorite numbers.
Yeah.
Before we take a little breath for the audience to check in, are there any lingering notions from Jamaica and from Hito that we wanted to share? Because 2 weeks ago we had an episode live at
I watched that
Hedonism for those who
episode.
tuned in. We went to Hedonism. This is where we go every year for retreat. That's
Just-
why I have no tan lines.
Just shout out to Mo and the whole E2P crew that makes that thing happen. Because my whole reason for going to Jamaica for the first time was because of them, and they flew us out there to like perform.
But you had like a cap and gown. You had like
Oh,
a
see, that was my
hat.
graduation year.
So
Yeah.
the theme this year
Yeah.
was a school theme, and based on how many years you had been coming, you were a class. I got kept back a year because my passport didn't come last year in time, so I'm a junior.
Okay.
But Dominus was a senior, and so he got to graduate. He
Ooh.
was. I keep saying valedictorian, but
Yeah, I
he was his class
kind of like
king.
that too. I was class king. I was crowned class king. I got like
Prom king, all that good
I
stuff.
already got money going towards my next trip.
Yeah, that was
like
his gift.
yeah, it's nice.
Whoa.
He got like a nice sash and a cap.
It's
and
beautiful.
It was great. There was no gown because it's a new resort,
Yeah,
so we were naked.
I couldn't post the naked pictures.
He couldn't even post me in my swimsuit because Instagram thought I was naked, which I can't blame them for because half the people as I walked up in the swimsuit also thought that I was naked.
Is it like a nude
It's
or
a
a
nude-
tan?
it's
Yeah.
a nude tan.
It fucks you up when you see people from
from
far
the
away.
man collection.
Yeah, I really thought she was like, I was like, all right, cool. She walking in the rain. It makes sense. But other than just shouting out those people, and then like everybody that might be listening and all the connections we've made since then, shout out to them too. And shout out to Hedonism itself and the whole country, Jamaica.
Nice.
Love it.
So this is your opportunity if you're tuning in to check in with yourself, to take a couple breaths, to get water, because that's always important.
We don't have water in
We
here.
don't,
Stay
and
hydrated.
we're staying
we could-
hydrated a different way right now, but we
could
will
drink
get
vodka.
water when this cup is empty.
Cheers.
How is your
Vodka
heart?
is distilled water.
How is your mind?
We have ice. That's water.
How is your body? How is your spirit? We're going to take a quick breather break for you to check in. Feel free to comment in either of these groups, and we'll be right back. This is the Dom Experience Podcast, presented by R.A.R.E Media.
Welcome back
to the Dom Experience Podcast, presented by R.A.R.E Media. I'm Cinnamon.
And I'm Dom, just eating these beautiful gummies.
And we have Io, Moon, and Dora with us from the Brown Sugar Kink Festival. So, I'm so interested in talking about this festival. What is the Brown Sugar Kink Festival? Let's start there.
Well, I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, not it, since you did.
Exactly. You started it. Because this is a collaborative effort too, right?
It's a collaborative
Absolutely.
effort. And we started collaborating with Moaning at Midnight. We've been talking about festivals with my Moaning at Midnight event and ATCK festivals. We were kind of like, well, let's do this. Because we're in New Orleans, but it's not a lot of black spaces for kink, like solely black spaces for kink. And I feel like that's important, to have spaces solely for black folks, black and brown folks. And so we just started talking about what we wanted, like, what does that look like? And y'all were saying like y'all wanted to focus on events and festivals.
Yes.
And I was like, okay, cool, I'm with that. And then I came to a couple of parties, and I liked it. I thought it was dope, and I liked what y'all were doing. So it's like, let's do something together. Yeah. And we knew Essence was coming, and we were like, well, Essence is here. Essence Festival is here, but I know they got some kinky folks that may want to step away from what's going on.
Right.
And then to also like treat our friends and community that we have established here. So, you know, why not? Let's do something. Brown Sugar was we just wanted something sexy and sweet. That's all I kept saying, just sexy.
Sexy, sweet, and melanated.
Yes,
Nice.
Exactly. So that's just how it all came together.
So, and I think for me, you know, we started doing events, and, you know, because we were doing events, I would also go out to see what other events were happening. Mm-hmm. And I really loved going to Moaning at Midnight. And,
thank
you know,
you.
every event that Moon has done has been better and better, and just watching the progression. Yeah. And, you know, from the first event I went to, it made sense to collaborate with her.
Aww.
And so we started having that conversation, and she, you know, when she said, you know, what I would really like to do is do like a festival. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think her events and our events were so different. And to bring the things that made her events so, the communication and just the eroticism and the sexiness of her events. And, you know, we have people who do, you know, impact and wax play and rope and all, you know, and to bring all of that together into one thing, it just made a lot of sense. Yeah. So we've been having the conversation for a while, mm-hmm. and now we got the opportunity and the space to do it. Mm-hmm. So, you know, we got together.
I like to think of Moaning at Midnight as like gateway. It's like a gateway, little eye opener. You know, if you're feeling it, you're gonna move or feel drawn to know more. Or if not, is the big, like a hard no. Mm-hmm. You know your boundaries. So it's kind of like if you have questions or you want to experience more, then it leads you to these other events.
Right.
Nice. So for the folks who have been on the podcast before, they've gotten to meet you, Io Moon, and we've talked a little bit about like your experience and lifestyle, but we haven't met you. Dora.
Well, I'm here now.
So to go a little bit, I guess, backwards, to move forward, very Sankofa-like. Who are you? And like in the lifestyle, who are you as well?
So in the lifestyle, I'm what they call a daddy dom. Mm-hmm. I'm, you know, I definitely have a dominant personality. And when I started, you know, one of the things you all have been talking about is the BDSM test. You know, I took a few, and, you know, they all came back pretty much daddy dom and primal to a certain extent. And that, you know, it made a lot of sense to me, and it also, you know, gave me validation as to a lot of the things that I've been experiencing in my life and that I wanted to experience. So, you know, right now it's been a few years, and, you know, I'm still learning, I'm still growing, but, you know, I'm becoming very comfortable in who I am and who I am in the lifestyle.
What's a few to you?
What's a few? About 4 years.
Nice.
And you know, and I got into this. So I moved back to New Orleans about 6 years ago, but I really started learning and experimenting when I moved to Chicago a year before Katrina, and I started learning and experimenting in Chicago. But it wasn't until I got here and met people that I really started learning about, you know, where I really started learning about the lifestyle. You know, it was kind of, okay, well, this is cool before. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now it's really learning, you know, about the lifestyle and my place in it now.
Nice.
What would you say you get from being in this role?
You know, I don't know if I get anything from what I get from it is probably just being able to be myself. Mm-hmm. You know, we all kind of walk through this earth with a mask on. Yeah. You know, when we go to work, when we're in the streets, and you know, when I'm doing BDSM or when I'm even just in an environment with people who are into kink and people who are just kind of naturally themselves, it's kind of a, when they talk about waiting to exhale, it's kind of you can exhale and you can finally just be natural. You can finally just be yourself, and you can finally do the things that make you feel good, that, other people who are outside of that lifestyle, would judge you. Whereas, in kink and in lifestyle, people just, that's what you like. It's not what I like, but
I'm on yo.
Yeah.
Nice.
One other question before we move on. That's cool.
You got
when someone comes to you and says, "Hey, I want you to dom me," what's your process?
So, for one thing, the older I get, the more I respect energy. And so I don't, there was a time when, I would enjoy all of this so much that if someone came to me and said, "Hey, I want a spanking," bend over, let me give you a spanking. Now I really appreciate and respect the energy exchange. And so, I put a lot more of a gateway as far as going through that. So, when somebody says that they want me to dom them, or they want to, they want to be my submissive or anything like that, I need to get to know you. We need to have a conversation. I need to know what you want. I need you to get to know me. So it's really not a fast process. And, when people do come to me with that, it's okay, if that's what you want, we're going to stop right here and we're going to get to know each other and pick it up a little bit later.
So you would say that you don't engage as you get older. You don't engage in as much immediate pickup play.
Right. I don't.
I literally was about to ask that. I love you.
Do you currently have a collared submissive?
I do not.
Any folks in training?
Yes.
Nice. How would you, because we have folks who are new to the lifestyle who tune into the podcast all the time, who might not know what I was just talking about. What does it mean to you to collar someone?
I mean, it's a big responsibility, as a dom, and especially as a daddy dom, and there are a lot of different kind of dominance,
Yeah, what's the difference? What is a daddy dom? To folks who don't know.
Ooh.
Well,
Because most folks are probably hearing that and they're like, ooh, zaddy,
Yeah,
which has a
zaddy.
different connotation in
so I know brothers that are much more sadistic, and that's not, if you like being spanked, I'm going to spank you. And I'm not going to say that I don't get some enjoyment out of it, but it's not my goal to hurt. I have a dominant nature. I have a dominant personality, but it's not my goal to go in and just be like, oh, I'm really going hurt her. So, so for me being a daddy dom, one of the things that, when I have a submissive, I almost always, we start some kind of business, which sounds weird, but I really want to improve their life. I really want to help them progress. And, because I'm an entrepreneur, if you're in my life and if you're my submissive, I want to improve your life. So let's figure out what do you want to do? And that's kind of one of my things. It's like, what do you want to do? And whatever they want to do, I'm going to make that happen. And so when you talk about the different kind of doms, like that's one of the things that, I want to know their hopes. I want to know their dreams, and what your hopes and your dreams are is become my hopes and dreams for you. And I want to make that happen because, you're my baby girl.
I am definitely a mom, MOMME, on the spectrum of dominance. And so I definitely vibe with that. And it's one of the spaces that I haven't gotten to delve into as deeply for the same reason that you are engaging in less and less immediate pickup play, right? Immediate pickup play does not allow for that type of long-term planning together. And when I think about fin-doming, that's the type of fin-doming that I desire in my life. Yeah.
Nice.
Look, I'm just taking it all in.
I know. Me too.
Look, this drink done kicked in.
I was like, cheers.
Shout out to our bartender.
Cheers.
Awesome bartender.
She didn't even look.
Yes. That brings candy and sweets.
Oh yes, there's
and
candy.
Normally I don't do
comfort.
this. I'm gonna go and keep the party going.
Right, we're just gonna Tito's it in. Tequila is normally my
I
clear
definitely
liquid
don't
of
do
choice,
vodka. But this tastes like
this is
fruit.
great. We appreciate your service.
Yes, we do.
Vodka talking.
So y'all are gonna be performing at
I was like,
Brown
so do we continue in this frame or do we go back into the festival? Okay, so Brown Sugar King, you're coming back to the podcast with your consent, of course.
Okay.
We would love to have you back because we would love to delve in deeper.
That's what she said.
That is what I said.
Bow.
Especially after that picture you posted earlier
Which one?
with me and my
Oh
strap.
yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about straps today. So we've talked about how Brown Sugar King Festival came into being. And like we said, this is a collaboration, Monet at Midnight with Moon. Who are you here representing as a part of this collaboration as well?
So the events that I've been doing have been with ATCK Festival Events, a tribe called King. But so this is a collaborative with us and IO Moon.
Nice. I'm going to go down the like 4 W's and an H. So we talked about how already. What is the Brown Sugar King Festival? Like, as far as we said festival, and when I hear festival, I think multiple days, and or multiple events. So I guess we could start with the when. When?
It's Saturday, 9 o'clock.
July 2nd.
Oh yeah, Saturday, July 2nd. When you purchase your ticket, you get the address to the spot. Immediately, right? No.
No,
A couple
I
of
believe
days.
we're giving it out Friday.
Friday.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Along with just some etiquette rules,
Which we will get to.
Yes. So Friday, you'll get the information on Friday, but it's Saturday 9 to 2. And the ideal is to have multiple days. So this is us manifesting like a festival. So we'll start off with one day, one evening, and it's basically a space. I kind of want to put safe space in quotations because we want to create a safe space, but we know at the same, and we want to do everything we can to create that safe space, but we are adults and adults could fuck up.
And we'll talk about that too.
Yeah. So this space is, again, kind of like what Duro say, a space where you can come and take the mask off and be yourself, or just, even if not to engage, just to be in the element of that, non-judgmental space, people coming as they are, who they are, and feeling comfortable with that without being judged, without getting a side eye. Like, we just really want you to be comfortable in the space.
Yes.
To do your thing, to engage or not to engage. But we have performances that are going to happen. We're going to have sexy ass people around the room. So everything is going to be pretty much eye candy and tasty. We have a food truck that's going to be out there with some delicious food. But most of all, it's like for people to come, engage in kink, be amongst tribe, and, you know, do your thing.
So I just realized, clarification point for folks who are anticipating Essence Fest hours. This is 9 p.m. to 2 a.m., correct?
9 p.m. to 2 a.m.
That's important to note because,
So that means after you concert, come, enjoy yourself.
you know,
still could
after
come.
you've gone into the convention center and seen all the great things from our local performers and national artists.
But just know this is a whole nother door you're walking into. This is not the same.
No.
It's not
It's not connected.
Not Essence.
It might be a category on Pornhub, but it ain't.
That part.
right. It's also
We
important.
definitely want
Yes.
people to have new experiences, to see new things, to experience new things, and to open their minds. So when you come, just don't come with a closed mind. Come
That
with
part.
let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Nice. So we've gone with the who's, the what's, the when will be given out when you sign up. The where. Yeah, we said the where. Why, we've talked about that.
How much?
How much?
Oh, let me pull that up.
And while you're pulling that up, like Moon said, we will be doing a demo as a part of the festival.
Yep.
Bringing some good stuff.
Yeah, I can't say what we'll be doing just yet, but
It'll be good.
it'll be good.
I'll tell you one thing
I know.
I love with y'all. And, the last time we were at Moaning at Midnight, I did a scene and you all did a scene. I really appreciate the way that you all incorporate spirituality, not only spirituality, but, just the way you introduce here, where, with the check-in and things like that, spirituality, just making sure people, and all of that, and the way that you all incorporated that into your scene, I loved it.
Thank you.
And I really respect
Thank you for seeing it too.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
some people just be looking and not really seeing it fully.
Some people hear John's voice and they stop listening. Some people see my tits and they stop listening.
Yeah.
And so it's really nice to
Yeah,
be
thank you.
seen and
Appreciate that.
heard. We believe in whole body healing.
Yeah, that's what I appreciate. That it's not separated. Spiritual and sexual energy is the same.
Yep.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's what I appreciate.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm working on making sure that's understood for all the folks who come to sensual healing. But that's aside. Like right now, it's like healing sessions, BDSM sessions, and I'm like,
Yeah.
they're the same.
Right.
Using toys for any type of impact or sensation play or sensory play in that way. You know what this is.
Yeah. It's still sensual healing.
Right.
Okay, so admission for singles is $60 and for couples it's $100 and they get 2 free drinks, a drink ticket.
So there will be a bar.
There will be a
Yes.
bar.
That's important to note too, because some parties are BYOB.
Oh yeah.
And some spaces like Colette's, for instance,
Yeah,
is BYOB. So there
BYOB.
will be a bar.
There is a bar. We do have VIP tables, $100 for tickets for singles and $150 for couples. And this includes a table with 2 chairs. You get 2 free drinks, a bottle of champagne, and a kinky gift if you get a VIP table.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great deal.
Yeah. A kinky gift and a bottle of free champagne. And you have your own table to, hang out, chill.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we know that there will be demos.
Yes.
Yes.
For folks who have been in other spaces and like for folks who don't necessarily like, for lack of a better word, know like the fullness of kink, should people expect there will be a level of voyeurism, right?
Yes.
Are people coming to a sex party? Like, should people expect to be coming to a sex party?
Right.
What's your definition of a
That's the
sex
best
party?
way. Right, like, because
Yeah, I wouldn't. This is
You know
not a
what I
sex
mean.
party. This is a free party. So, and again, well, we talked about the price, so it's not that kind of free party. But when I say a free party, it is number one, you should come with an open mind.
exactly.
Yes.
Number two, whatever someone else does, just allow them to experience it. So, no, this is not. It's not a swingers party.
So
Kink
I'm
and
not coming
swinging are
expecting
different.
to fuckity fuck